Okay, I have started the recording and let's go. Yes, so what is the status of yesterday's activity?
Jiranga, I am done yesterday.
Yeah, I have completed. I have given access, like approved for 4 members.
Yeah, my infant Jaffrina is the username. Is approved my the 4 members. I'm only.
Okay. Can you go to GitHub and let's see what are the pull requests that we have?
Just for half an hour, I did that's pull request to you, Vajra.
Okay, I'll check it.
And Vajrang, one more thing. So once you approve or reject that particular request, we can see it from our end also, right?
You will get a notification that it's approved or rejected, or even if I commit anything. Sharing the screen, and here you go. We'll have Shivam joining in. If you find a notification, just accepting it. Okay, and yeah, here is the first commit from Muhammad. This project we have created a new folder. When we create a project with day 2, completed process log. You need to be specific. Okay, initially this is fine just to understand, but when working with the projects, you need to be specific on the code. Okay, so yeah, I have approved it. Can you please check if you should get an email as well as a notification? Like in here. See, there are all the notifications, right? Okay. Where is he? Shivam, hi.
Hi, Vajra.
Okay, everyone, let me introduce you to Shivam. Shivam is from the previous team and he's doing very well with his latest activities with UiPath as well as he recently completed RPA, which is Associate Developer Program certification, which is a paid one that is from UiPath directly, and he was able to crack it and he posted it. So I invited Shivam so that he can guide us as well on how he did it and how did our training program or our meetings helped him. So Shivam, first of all, congratulations for completing the for completing certification and all the best for whatever activities that you are doing. Wish you all the best, and if you require any help, always the team will be there for you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vajra.
Yes. So it's all yours, Shivam. You can you can take complete 1 hour session. I don't have any problem.
Okay. So, hi team. My name is Shivam. So, I also joined this. Actually, I would say life-changing training last month. Actually, like when I was preparing for sorry, RP associate certification, I was not able to understand a few topics from the UiPath Academy. So I searched for like random solution on YouTube, and I came to know about Vajrang's channel. So I watched those videos and all, and I qualified my RP associate certification. Then I saw one YouTube shorts from Vajrang regarding 100 RPA developer in 30 days. Like then I thought that like just by watching his YouTube videos and I qualified the RP associate, so I would gain much more with this guy as like through his live training also. So I joined this course without any second thought, and because I trusted my intuition actually. And honestly saying, it was a great experience and for me a great exposure as well. like you will like easily gain the theoretical knowledge from UiPath Academy itself, but how to implement that theoretical knowledge in like more practical way, this was a big challenge for me, as I don't have any experience as UiPath developer in my current organization. So I had no idea, and this training helped me to overcome this. And I was not confident enough like for UiPath interviews, as well as I have zero production experience before joining this training. But from the very first week of this training, Vajrang motivated us to start applying for interviews, and he also helped us creating the resume on the very first day, and it was like, wow. But I also mentioned that you guys also need to do the hard work equally as well with Vajrang and grab the most of this training. So, and it's also up to you that how much you want to gain from this training actually. And what else? Like the next thing which is equally important for me and you as well is that we work here in the meeting. We are working as a team. I get to meet so many good friends, and like they also helped me in UiPath interview topics whenever I needed them. So what I think is like when you work as a team, you will always find a solution to your problems. So don't only depend on this like 1 hour meeting, because Bajrang can help you like showing the right path with like correct or right knowledge, but you need to yourself move to that path actually. So communicate as much as you can, like as a team, whenever you are in some doubt or anything challenging, and discuss it uh, in the team. And be talkative in the training as well, and try to speak more and more like about different discussions, because the more you speak here in the like meeting, the more confident you feel during the interviews, like when you need to answer on a certain topic to an interviewer actually. So guys, best of luck. I'm pretty sure that if you worked hard equally with Vajrang, you will definitely be working as a UiPath developer in some good organization the same month actually, with good package. And I'm sure you won't regret to join this training. And again, don't wait for this training to get to end, but from today itself, try to find like opportunities and start applying for interviews. Get out of your comfort zone. So I think that's what I'm remembering. That's it from my side. And again, thank you so much, Vajrang, for the training and like making us ready and motivated for the interviews. And that's it, I think.
Thank you so much for your feedback as well as for your sharing your experience here. By the way, I'm not leaving you. We have all the members who are ready to ask you questions, and Jagdish have already raised his hand in chat. So let's take one question at a time, and you can answer.
Okay.
Yes. So Raju, please go ahead.
Okay. The question could be related to only GitHub or anything related to UiPath. You know.
Shivam is trained very well, and he knows everything.
Okay. Okay. So my first question is like we need GitHub. No, what I mean to ask is, what is the need of this GitHub desktop when we already have a GitHub? I mean, why we are having GitHub desktop also? I'm not cleared on this. Can you just explain me?
Yeah, GitHub actually you cannot use direct like most of you are not aware more like how to connect through UiPath Studio uh, like to the GitHub. So
Okay.
like it is you can say a skeleton to understand much better, because it is way easier than the when you connecting UI from the UiPath Studio. Actually, you face sometimes issue cache issue or something like that when you connect through UiPath Studio. So it's a much better and easy way to understand the various concepts like push or pull origin, push origin, and everything that a GitHub like provides us. So the same is available in the UiPath Studio also when you connect to GitHub. But to understand it in the knowledge having the GitHub desktop, it is you will find it much more easier in future. Not right now. You will just gaining the right knowledge of how GitHub works. So later you can apply this knowledge to directly from the UiPath Studio.
No, it's not clear yet.
Okay.
No, generally, if we get a I mean, in GitHub, we'll get the. Yesterday, we got the link and we went to the GitHub GitHub web URL, and we just we went to the Vajrang ID and we downloaded the code from there. But why we need GitHub desktop also, I'm asking. When we can do it from the GitHub URL, why we need this GitHub
Yeah.
desktop? That
Yeah,
is what I'm not.
Vajrang, if you don't mind, can I tell something?
Go ahead. You are open to tell anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Raghu, as per my knowledge, so GitHub Desktop is a tool to access the open source community of GitHub website, like an organization. Just assume that GitHub web is like a organization, and from that organization, if you want to access, if you want to fork any project, for that you need GitHub Desktop.
Okay.
Okay. So Shivam, just a second. I just want to add in. So Raju, if you are free or if you are open to work with UiPath tool only, you can do that. There is no problem.
Okay.
Okay. There is no restriction that you need to use GitHub desktop only. You can use UiPath as well directly, and even in organization you can use. But why are we using GitHub desktop? So that you can get aware of a separate tool where there are more options. In UiPath directly, you will not have an option to push, pull, commit. Though you have these other options like switching the branches and checking others code and switching to the one particular pull request, you will not have these options. Okay, so for that reason, to have a broader understanding of GitHub, we are using it. So to understand why we are using it, you need to wait one more week.
Okay.
Okay, just stay focused and continue. Did it answer completely your question?
Yes, it answered.
Okay, thank you. So let's go with Jagdish. Jagdish, please go ahead with your question.
Hi, Shivam. My name is Jagdish. Recently, I'm attending the interview. Most of the interview in the requirement Python and other languages required. So, the master other language you learn or not?
Yes, actually, I before working as UiPath developer, I worked on C# and .NET. Actually, what I think is you should have interest like in learning. Actually, so when you not when we not show interest in learning something, then nothing will happen actually. So yes, I have experience in C# and .NET as well. But in my recent interviews, I've given 7 interviews right until now, 7 to 8 interviews. They asked me that, have you worked on any other technologies? So I said that yes, I worked on C# and .NET, but they haven't asked any question. Yes, they asked me to write a link query. They asked me to write a small C# code. So that's I applied my C# knowledge in the UiPath.
Okay, clear. Thanks.
Thank you, Shivam. Thank you, Jagdish. So Adarsh, can you go next? So if you want to ask any question, please raise the hand. Others who have completed, please lower the hand.
Hello Shivam, this is Adarsh.
Hi.
So could you please share your experience about RPA exam, certification exam? How is the experience? Thanks.
Yes, it was a nice experience. Actually, I invested my 3 to 4 months before appearing for RPA associate,
Okay.
and actually, and when I appeared for the exam, like I was went to the center to apply for the to get the exam done, and I thought that it is a 90 minutes exam, but it took me like 20 to 25 minutes to complete the complete exam.
Okay. So
So like
have you
yeah,
practiced any mock exams before attending these things?
yeah, I practiced one mock exam from the Udemy actually.
Udemy. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So what are the other technologies we need to learn with UiPath?
UI other technologies,
Mm.
you can learn first of all the link queries,
Okay.
because like they are much more faster than what you if when you use an activity, a UiPath activity, and
Okay.
it takes a bit more time than link queries. So companies prefer link queries uh,
Okay.
more, and then you can not like learn different technology like .NET, but
Okay.
only learn that part of the C# .NET that is used in UiPath, not the
Okay.
complete language you will learn, because it is very vast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Learn only that part, like search on YouTube, or like search on like what part of C# code, like how much part of C# code will be used in UiPath as code as coding.
Okay.
So learn that much, not go for the complete technology like C# or .NET. And in interviews, they won't ask you to like they won't ask you C# or .NET questions.
Okay.
Yes.
So from where you have practiced these use cases you on UiPath? Any resources?
Actually, I like mostly I practice the good use cases in the training actually.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Hi, Shivam. Congratulations for your achievement.
Thank you.
So my question is, so are they asking about what are the use cases you have followed, and can you tell me, I mean, in the process, they are asking in detail about the process steps, or they are asking what could be the activities will you use at this kind of scenario?
Yes, actually it depends.
Shivam, just a second. While also
Yeah.
answering that, answer if our training helped you in any way to answer those questions.
Of course. So yes, it depends actually. So actually, and yes, they ask uh, anything, and they like if it is a technical round, then you will not be asked any questions like to explain any process that you worked on. But I had a round in Port Mantra in one of the organization with the delivery head of that company, and he asked me these questions that what roles you have done. So this actually Vajrang has provided us a pre-written resume with the questions and answers. So I have already practiced it, written it somewhere else, and copied it, and then prepared for the interview. So yeah, he asked me about the different roles you have done, what processes have you automated in UiPath. But I told him that I have 1.5 years of experience, but I like in the real life I have zero production experience. But after this training, I was so confident enough that I could say that I have almost 1.5 to 2 or 2.5 years of experience very easily. So what I have learned in this, like I have just explained him everything, that yes, I worked on these processes, I automated these processes. So what I learned in the training, I just mentioned him as I have worked in the production. So yes, they will ask you like what processes have you automated, have you connected with the client, and uh, what is your role as a team. So that all they will ask you. So Vajrang helped us to prepare a short story, actually. So so that when an interviewer asks you like questions like this, you will easily be able to answer that, and not in a one-liner, but in a more broad way, because they don't expect you to answer that questions in one line. So that's why I'm saying that try to discuss more and more in this training, so that when you go in front of the interviewer, you don't hesitate, or you don't need to think to answer a question like what role have you what role are you working. So not only you will say that I'm working as a UiPath developer, but you need to explain that what is the role, what is your role. So that's all you need to prepare, and you will get this in this training.
Yeah, thank you, Shivam. And one more query. So, what are the core concepts? What are the core concepts we need to look into to crack an interview? There are more concepts, right? That document your document understanding, action center, and Google Suite, and all the things. So, what are the core components we need to look into to attend interviews?
Yeah, so core concepts you need to look, and they will ask you first that regarding document understanding and action center, they will ask you that whether have you worked on document understanding or not. So you would say it is not a big no, like you can say no, I haven't worked for document, but in my interview experience, I have mentioned document understanding in my resume. So they won't ask any hard questions in the document understanding as well. They simply, because document understanding is still a challenging topic. So interviewer also don't think much higher level in document understanding as well. But what other parts are, they ask me about selectors, and also those are basic questions. If you learn it in the in the training, when you make the use cases and all, you will gain much more knowledge in that in the activities, various activities used in UiPath and all. So they will ask you basic questions related to UiPath. They will ask you, some of the interviewers ask you to share the screen and write a code, small code. So that's all that they will ask, like simple basic questions. But actually we try to learn more and more on higher level, but don't go for when preparing for interviews, don't go for advanced level or higher level. They will test your basic action. So not they are testing your like how advanced you are in as a UiPath developer. They will simply look at that you are really worked on UiPath or not. Have you Do you have basic knowledge in UiPath or not? That they will check that only.
Yeah, thank you, Shivam. And one more thing, did they ask, have you created any activity in the UiPath? I mean, like this type?
No, this is they won't ask. Like it depends. I'm not saying that they will not ask in your interview. It depends on
Yes,
an
yes.
interviewer actually. So
Yeah, thank you so much, Shivam.
yeah, no issues.
Yeah, Shivam.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. This is Raju here. During my one interview, they have asked me one question like, what what is multi-bot architecture? Like the way they asked me question was like, suppose I have developed a bot. Okay, it is deployed in say VM A. Okay, and it is taking the data from the database. Okay, and in the database we have 100 records. Suppose say today we have 100 and tomorrow it might be 1000. So what they said that I'm also running the same bot in another VM. Okay, so now they ask me, when a bot runs in VM A, it will pick up the first record, right? And in the bot in the VM B, it should not pick up the first record. It should take the second record. So they've asked me how we can resolve this issue. You got my question?
Yes,
What I
I
mean
got.
to say?
Yes, I got your
So the
question.
same bot is deployed in another VM, and the data will be the same. And they said that they should not. If the bot A pick up the first record, the bot B should not pick it up from the another VM. So what is the solution for this?
Yeah. So the solution for this can be there. First, let me know that how it is picking the first. How do you know, like, what logic can be applied that it will pick the first row from the data table?
It's connected to SQL database.
Yes, it is connected to SQL database. There are 1,000 records, right? So have you any idea like how it will pick the first row? Any condition?
We will write a condition there to take the data from the table. Whatever the table we mention, it will take the data from there.
Yes, so there must be a column like status, which is when the data is added in the database, the status should be initialized as status column is initialized as 0. Okay. Then we select that top one whose status is 0 to pick the first data. So once the bot, yes,
we need to add a status column in the bot, you're saying?
Not to add, but like when you are creating a SQL database, a SQL table, or where the data is populated, you have to mention some status column, right? To pick the top, to like in the queue, there are different status, right? New in progress.
New in progress, success, yes.
Yes, right. So in the database, that's why I asked you that how are you picking up the data from the SQL database? So you should have one column with status 0 or 1. If the status is 0, it will pick that, and if it is 1, then it will neglect that. So once the bot picks the first data with the status 0, it will update the status to 1 after processing it. So the next, the other bot will pick the another top one row with status 0. It will process, make it to 1. So this is how it will.
Okay. Raju, next week this week we will be covering multi-bot architecture. So just think that if you are using first dispatcher bot, we will send all the items into the queue, and the performer bots takes the items from the queue. So performer box work like single code can be deployed into multiple machines, and we can take them. So we will not take it directly from the SQL. We will take it from orchestrator.
Orchestrator. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the only resolution would be to develop it in a RE framework. You're saying, Vajra?
RE framework is just a template. You can use your own code. So RE framework, like even if you create your own code, you will end up it's something like RE framework structure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Vajra. Thank you.
Yes. So we have Sarita, Neha, Mahesh, Vishnu. You didn't ask any question. So I just don't want to take more time of Shivam. But if you have any question within 4 of you, one person can ask.
I think of Vishnu this side, most of my questions which I had were covered, I think, both regarding interview and certifications. I think no from my side. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Neha wants to ask a question. Neha, please continue.
Yeah, I have a question. Yeah, so again, one of the interviewer asked that where we can use recorder, like the task we can do through activities panel as well, but still, what is the advantage of using a recorder and what are the exceptions where we cannot use a recorder? You understood my question?
Yes, actually, that answer you will find on Google. Like I'm just search it on it. Like what are the advantages?
Yeah, I answered it. Yeah, but still I want that if I was correct or not.
Yeah, what you have answered?
I said that if it is it depends on attended or unattended.
Mm-hmm.
So if we do not want to interrupt, like if it is an unattended robot, then we can use it through recorder. And if we want to set additional properties, then we can use activity panel.
So this is only that you answer to me.
Yeah, that was the answer, Shivam. Is it correct or not?
Yes. What the actually what the interviewer said after getting this, what he said. Okay. Hello.
No, like it was once.
Actually, interviewer do not expect one-liner actually. So you should be able to at least speak for 30 to 40 seconds, so 30 to 40 or at least 1 minute answer. So I am also not sure, but you can search it on.
Okay, let me answer that then.
Yes.
So, see, recorder or taking activities directly from studio, you can see when you record it, if you record the complete process, you are going to get around 20 to 30 activities directly by clicking, selecting a record button and clicking on everything. So there you are going to get all the skeleton structure, like what are the activities that you need, all the activities that you are going to get. Just observe if the same thing, if you're going to work with respect to activities, you need to pick one activity, you need to select one activity, update the properties, again go back, select a different activity, come back and update. This recorder is just to work as a skeleton, just to make sure that you have all the activities. Again, you will come back and update the properties of the selectors. There is no for it. Okay, so again, there are four types of recorders, right? Desktop, Citrix, web, and all. So now in the latest UiPath
Native.
version, we have only two or three recorders, app or web recorder and different. So let's check them. We'll also check them. But the answer is, why are you using recorders? To make your work easier. That's it. So if you want to create some 30 to 40 activities, instead of I drag and drop each and every activity, if a recorder is helping me to give all the activities and I just need to change the properties of it later, then why shouldn't I use recorder which is already provided? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to practice, Neha. That was the problem. When he asked you a question, if you have tried recorder at least once, you would have answered this question. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Shivam. I'm very glad that you are able to complete the certification, and I'm actually looking for that one message stating that, okay, Bajrang, I have accepted an offer letter for 50 to 20 lakhs. I'm really waiting for it. So I'm looking forward for that message from you, and all the
Sure, sure.
best, and keep working on. Don't stop at any point of time. If you require any help, just you're just a message away from it.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much, Shivam.
Yeah,
Thank.
Bajrang,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry to interrupt.
yeah, yeah.
One last question
Tell
to
me, tell
Shivam.
me.
Yeah, Shivam, thanks for joining today. One doubt. So
Sure.
has you have completed your associate certificate? I'm also on the way. I'm just completed the foundation training and I'm about to give the practice tests. So should it be? I should complete it to show this certification as a proof of concept that I know the concepts, or without this kind of um, uh, basic certifications, I can start applying.
Basic certification means like that diploma ones.
Associate, yeah.
It again
No,
depends.
associate certificate. I'm telling.
Don't wait for don't wait for to qualify the certification, then you will apply for interviews. Don't wait for that. Apply directly. Most of the in my 8 interviews, only 1 or 2 people asked me that have you applied for any have you cleared any certification? Not everyone not everyone will ask you, but it is an add-on. You could mention it in your resume, right?
Mhm.
So it is an
Mhm.
add-on, but it is not compulsory. You can apply for interviews itself. You don't need to wait for qualify the RPO associate.
Okay. The concern is associate. I think I can do it. I can complete it within maybe a couple of weeks. But the thing is, some of my LinkedIn connections who is working in some good companies, I'm not very sure Deloitte or IBM, she told that at least you should have the advanced RPA developer certification to get it, the chance. So I was a little confused. If advanced thing, I definitely need some months of time.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends actually. So it not all organizations demand for advanced certificate. It is a good add-on. Like it it looks like that when you are paying for something, right? So you should have also learned it much better than a free course. When you are paying for something, you are also worried that you will lose that money if you haven't learned on that. So companies also expect the same. When a guy is paying around 13,000, like it is like I guess 15,000 to 16,000 course, a certification. So when you are paying this much amount, so you should and you qualified that certification. So companies also expect that yes, this guy has worked, but I think it is not necessary. I have recently given an interview in HCL, and it was a good I have cleared the round, but they haven't asked me for they have I mentioned that in my resume that I have a UiPath certified developer. So yes, it is an add-on, but I don't think it is necessary, like it is mandatory.
Okay.
Shivam.
Okay, sure. Thank
Shivam
you.
Mohammed
Thank you.
here.
Hello.
Shivam Mohammed.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, Shivam, in order to be communicate, can you share your LinkedIn profile so that we can share a connection request?
Definitely. Hold on. Definitely. Hi, Vajulan, can I share you personally? Then you can send it on the. Currently, I haven't opened my LinkedIn laptop.
No problem. You can just ping me or chat and I'll share it. And
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong, I should have it already in my
Yes.
in my connections. So let me just quickly check it, because I got to know about his post directly in LinkedIn. So, Shivam Kushava. Yep, sending it, sir, over the chat. Let me know once if that is the correct link or not.
No, it's not Shivam Kushwaha. Actually, I pinged you on WhatsApp. This is not the correct one.
Okay, let me check that again and I will send them. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Any other questions, or else he can take a leave?
Yeah, can take a leave. Thank you, Shivam.
One last question. Shivam, one last question.
Yeah.
Shivam, people are not going to leave.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so far I've attended at least 7 to 8 interviews. The very first question what they are asking is an RA framework. Like if you want to rate on a scale of 10, where will you rate yourself? And most of the questions on RA framework.
Yes.
So they're not asking any selector or something like that. Out of the two questions are 9 questions of RA framework. So how important is RA framework? Can you just throw a light on this?
Actually, it is a main concept. So this is the main topic. They I have given interviews. They ask me first the basic questions, then they ask me to share my screen, then explaining the RE framework concepts. Then they are asking me that where is the one of the question is where is the retry? Is there any retry scope activity in RE framework? Do you know? Have you heard?
There is in the settings sheet we have a maximum retry option, no? Where we
No. Retry scope activity. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Where it is available in the RE framework? In which state?
process transaction, I believe. I too don't know exactly, but
Mhm. So
maybe
these questions they are, and in my recent SCL interview, they asked, like the interviewer asked me to share the screen, and
Mhm.
like if a transaction data is a data table, and we are uh, like we are getting the data from a data table and not orchestrator queues. How will you just make the changes in the RE framework, necessary changes, that it will not take the queue items from queues but from data table itself. So I just made the changes, and like he was sure that, so he himself has conveyed me the message that you are selected man. So RE framework is the most important concept, because like go for learn for that, you need to also learn the theoretical part of RE framework as well, and in the training all the use cases are on RE framework. So I don't think that you will have any issues after this training, because all the projects that you create here is on RE framework.
Shivam, sorry to interrupt. What was the answer? It should not be take the data from orchestrator queue.
Yes, so I have updated the code to take the data from data table. I have changed the transaction item to data row and all. So that's all I did in the code.
Thank you.
Siv, sorry for the interview. Recently, I've created a RE framework project myself, and the data table I'm going to change in the variable panel, but getting error. So the queue, and I already is the queue. I'm going to change the data table. So it's getting error.
Which error? Yeah, so if you are getting error, right, so you have a team. So that's why I'm saying that discuss it, and don't only depend on this one hour training. Meet like you have a complete team. You can join with everyone. Like I think that most of them have knowledge. Like one guy has given 7 to 8 interviews right now, so he must be having a good knowledge. So you can discuss that errors and all separately, have with with the team. So,
Okay, Siv. Okay, thanks.
yeah.
Okay, no more questions. If there are any questions, I'm there to answer. Thank you so much, Shivam, for joining in and spreading your light over our team members. And
Yeah.
I wish you all the best. And you can still stay in the call if you want, but we are going to continue with 15 minutes of our training program for today.
Okay, sure. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
thank you.
Thank you, Shivam.
Okay, so guys, let's get connected again. So what are the things that are pending? With respect to GitHub, have you completed it or you haven't completed it? What's the status?
Hi, Vajrang, this is, I'm sorry.
One person.
Hi, Vajrang, this is Sarita.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm trying to download the GitHub desktop while signing into the desktop. It's not allowing, it's not highlighting the option. It's not showing the option called, what is that? Activate desktop.
Okay, we'll do that. Other than that, do you have any other questions? So how many
Hello,
of you?
Vajrang, I have one
Yes,
question.
yes, sir.
Actually, after cloning, in your repository, 2 folders are updated.
Mhm.
Okay, so how can I see that updated folders in my desktop? Should I clone it again?
You
Those
need
things.
to first, as yesterday I've said, right? To see changes that are in my repo after you have cloned, you need to do first upstream,
Okay.
and then you need to pull the changes. Can you share the screen once?
Me.
Yeah.
I'm sharing.
Go to GitHub desktop. See, the photo clearly explains, and I allowed the photo image.
Yes.
Yeah, see, this is still in your repo. So click on view in GitHub. At the bottom you have. So this will take you to the remote, your remote.
Okay. My question is how to download these folders again. Should I download it
Exactly.
again
No,
from
no,
my
no need,
repository?
no need, no need. Go to the top. Excuse me. Click on fork.
Fork. Okay.
It will take you to your fork only. UiPath
Okay.
other. Yes. There is an option called fetch upstream below the code green button.
Okay.
Click on that. Fetch
Fetch and
and
merge.
merge. Yes.
So it will update here. But I want okay. Okay. Mhm. So again I need to download all these folders for update in my directory.
No need. Just go to GitHub desktop again.
GitHub desktop. Okay.
See, fetch origin. Click on fetch origin. See, there are 5 pulls. You need to take it. Pull origin.
Okay. Okay. Should I check my directory?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's okay.
Done.
Yeah.
All you need is you need to do some clicks. That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Others. See, I will answer any question that you can ask, but you need to first ask the questions.
Vajrang, after you approve that pull request, so I'll get a mail to my registered mail ID or
So it
or
depends on it depends upon your GitHub email that you are trying to log in.
okay.
To that email you will get it, and that will be from GitHub settings. Notifications, if you turned on, it will be enabled. Okay.
Yes, Vajrang.
Okay.
Vajrang, I have one doubt, small doubt.
Tell me.
So in UiPath, while dragging the activities, we have in a property section like private, miscellaneous private.
Okay.
What is the use of the private if we check or uncheck?
Excuse me. So private, see, when you're writing or creating an activity, you will see some information in the log.
Yeah, logs. Okay.
Okay, but if there is any password, should you be adding that activity details into the log?
No.
So in the same way, if there is any specific activity or any specific data that shouldn't be logged in, then you should activate private for that.
Okay. So it will not display.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead. Ask the questions. Okay, fine. Sarita, please share the screen.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see my screen, Vajrang, now? Hello?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay.
Go to excuse me. Go to GitHub desktop. Yeah, sign into GitHub. Okay. This is the opening in Internet Explorer. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Can we change your default browser, please? Give me the
Yeah, how to?
access. Give me the access.
Yeah.
What will you be using?
Yeah, this one only.
Chrome?
Pro.
Just log in with your email ID and password.
Yeah, sure.
Vajrang, while working with UI related automations, so which browser would be the best in order to get the UI elements?
So if you don't have an option to install the add-ons, like for this Chrome and all, we need to add these add-ons, right? UI add-ons, Chrome and Edge.
Yes.
If you don't have it, then Microsoft, or else the default browser would be Chrome maximum at the max tab. And since every version right now is having Microsoft Edge browser, you can use that as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Sarita, what happened?
I don't know. I'm just trying to enter the password. This is my third attempt.
No, your account will not be locked. If you want, you can click on forget password and you can reset it later.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Do you have it logged in already in any different browser other than Chrome, Edge or something?
Oh, you mean for this desktop, you mean? Or what?
Yeah. No, not for this desktop. Have you logged in? Where did you log in yesterday or day before?
No, today only I started.
Okay. So you are already logged in into Firefox. So let's go ahead and change your default browser to Firefox.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Maybe I gave the wrong password.
Yeah, you gave the wrong password, but since this is already
Maybe.
logged in, this will help you.
Okay.
So,
Vajrang,
yes.
before we are raising pull request, do we need to have a communication, email communication with the team lead regarding these changes and all
Okay.
we done?
That's not how it works. Normally, when you commit something, you will obviously have the demos and all. Okay. So after all the demos are completed and after your code is reviewed, then you will make a pull request. Don't check too much on how the pull request, when the pull request is made. Just understand that whenever there is an update, if someone want to see it, then you need to make a pull request.
Okay.
Okay, they cannot see it in your code, right? In your repo. So they need to see it in the pull request only.
Okay.
So Sarita is done.
Yeah. No, Vajrang, one question, Vajrang. Is this because of different browsers?
Okay, internet, I think internet browser, Internet Explorer you are using in the beginning. That was the issue.
Fire.
So in Chrome you didn't log in, so it asked you for username and password. If you would have given username and password, it would have worked. Since you are working with Firefox already, I changed your default browser to Firefox. So it just took the session that's already existing in Firefox.
Okay, Vijay, thank you.
Okay, you can click on your repositories, click on that, and you can clone it. You can do the work as it is.
Oh, okay. So this is GitHub desktop, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Okay, so I'll be leaving. I think if people are available for you, or else yesterday we have also shared a recording session. Just go ahead and watch it. It will be easier.
Thank you.
Okay, just click on that repository and you will be able to clone it. Okay, everyone. Any other questions, or else we can take a leave for the day, and hope you enjoyed the session as well as the experience of previous member who is excelling in the current opportunities.
Yeah, it's really helpful today.
Great.
Yes, Vajrang. Share me the Shivam LinkedIn profile, Vajrang.
I have already shared in WhatsApp. Just go and check it.
Okay, sorry, I didn't check.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. I'm leaving. If you want, you can still continue, but the meeting recording will be stopped. Thank you.